All right, we're back, Wolf. We have the winner's match. It's going to be Sora against Innovation. No big surprise there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think I have to agree with you. It's hard to say 100% that, like, Sora's going to get out because I feel like Dark is definitely a player that could beat him.
Yeah,
and actually,
sure.
I mean, Armani, I don't think he's going to win any matches. Maybe not even any games.
I don't think he's going to win a game, especially after that first best of 3 we just watched. That was painful.
But I feel like the top 2 could be any 2 of the 3 other players, which is kind of weird to say because you don't really think of Dark that much, but the kid definitely has some skill.
Yeah, he does. The way he played Game 1 against Innovation was pretty nice.
Yeah, certainly.
Sora is like looking stressed out here. He's been looking stressed out the whole day despite taking a pretty straightforward 2-0 against Armani.
Yeah, he definitely showed that he was the better player there. But, you know, Innovation, this could be tough. See how Innovation's TVP is looking at the moment.
Well, Merry-Go-Round is going to be our first map, our 3-player map, and our very first Protoss versus Terran of the day.
That's right, our first one of the season, in fact.
Indeed. Wow. Whoa. Could be the last one we see today as well, depending.
I would say,
actually,
without any doubt, it's going to be the last one.
It will be the last
of the day.
one, since one of these 2 players will be out of the group after this.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to make them match up again, huh?
Yeah.
It's like they play each other. We're like, oh, it turns out Armani advances. Okay, that's weird. Now, if one of these guys can beat Dark again, they can rematch.
You guys just want a rematch? Like we could just do it for the fans. The fans would like to watch another awesome game. Exhibition match after the group. You know? One of you 2 didn't get out, but you know, like you want to play a fun game while you're upset.
Yeah, let me do that. Sounds good. I don't want to just go home and feel bad alone. All right, here we go, Wolf.
Yep, one of these 2 players is going to Code S. After this best of 3, we're starting the map. Merry-Go-Round. See you guys in the game.
Hey guys, we're in the game. Down here in the bottom center, our Protoss player, he is
Sora.
Over at the blue side of the map, we have Innovation.
all right. So here we are, Wolf.
Yeah.
And Merry-Go-Round. We haven't seen any TVPs here, obviously, since the map is completely new.
It is. Yeah, this will be the first time. Not only the first time that we see this, of course, in this matchup, but the first time we see this matchup already, as you mentioned earlier. I have a bit of an echo in our headsets right now.
Yeah. Yeah, if the PDs are listening, please turn your voices off because you're not looking in the camera. That would be great. Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I can solve this problem.
Please solve this, Wolf. I'll talk while you try to do that without trying to not lose my mind here. Okay, so Innovation going for a quick gas. I'd imagine this is going to be for a Reaper opening, but doesn't necessarily need to be. You can open up still with a factory, but kind of an older school style. And for Sora, a couple gases to start off with. I wonder what type of style that he's going to end up using here.
Yeah, I'm curious as well. I mean, the map is pretty big. There's not a... There doesn't appear to be a lot of space to blink into the main base. There's only a very small sliver where you can blink into the main base without going up the natural ramp. So I don't really think blink is very strong on this map at all.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I don't think that we're going to see any blink, and that makes me happy. Because the more TVPs I can watch where it's not blink, the happier I'm going to be.
Well, we have a reactor going down. Of course, like, you know, the most standard, most common expansion build in this matchup for the Terran. And no way to block that Nexus either, the map of this size. It just goes ahead and sends that Reaper down. He wants to find out how many pylons are in the main and where they are so we can check later on to see if there's any sort of proxy.
Well, you know, this is Driving me a little bit crazy in my headset, I have to say, Wolf.
Yeah, I'm trying to contact the people responsible.
Sorry, guys, for the sudden drop in quality commentary.
Yeah, it's basically us hearing our voices again in our heads, plus a lot of other Korean voices.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a bit distracting, but we'll try to stay focused here as the problem is resolved.
All right.
Oh, he's actually going to hide something, but he's going to get scouted right away by the sweeper.
Yeah, he certainly is. So I think it was probably going to be a Stargate.
Yeah.
What else would it really be? I mean, I guess you could do something like hide gateways there. We saw Creator do that somewhat recently on Frost, I believe.
That was awesome because that's like the most unlike Creator thing. But it looks like the answer here is a Stargate. I mean, he could have hid like a Dark Shrine, but that's not really the place you want to hide it. That's the closest proximity to the main base that you could ever have with a Stargate. So I feel like just trying to hide something like that near the main base on this map, the map that's not that well known for this matchup just yet, is a pretty cool choice.
Yeah. You know, when a map is new, you can definitely hide a lot more than when the map is completely found out. Like, I remember at the beginning of Yonsu, people would just throw down pylons. They'd never get found because no one had a good scout pattern yet. And that might be the same for a bit on these maps. This one seems a little bit more straightforward.
Yeah.
Well, it is the Oracle opening into armor, and this is actually one of my favorite PvT openings at the moment, because generally from here you're going to go directly into Psystorm, and it's a really cool opening. The only thing that is a little bit scary is if they do one of these kind of quick spider mine pushes where they lay the spider mines down, they kind of micro against you with a mostly marauder-based force.
Yeah. It's really tough because you know that new bonus damage to shields really hurts the charge zealot style because the zealots kind of stack up. You do that extra splash damage. Then because you don't have observers necessarily, or your observer count's pretty low, it's hard to actually deal with those widow mines. And ooh, got to be careful with this Oracle. The Oracle's so far accomplishing nothing here for Sora.
That is true, but as long as he doesn't lose it, it's kind of doing something at least. It's keeping him a little bit on the defensive. It can fly in at any time. Tagging the army can be useful as well.
Yeah, it's just not hitting the timing he'd like it to hit. You know, he wanted to hit much faster, much harder. Not only was the Stargate delayed in general, but he planned on having the Oracle able to fly into the main base really quickly, and he barely gets one SCV and has to fly out.
But you know what? If he keeps on doing this for a long time, maybe he picks up 4, 5, 6 SCVs over the course of the game, you can get a lot of kills with a single Oracle as long as you keep him alive.
Right, and he also keeps that pressure on where he keeps Innovation feeling like he's got to keep some units in the main base at least, maybe make some additional turrets.
And Innovation immediately lays down a third base right next to a missile turret. What do you think about this as a counter?
That's pretty... it's pretty rare in this matchup these days to try to take a fast third base like this. At least not in... You know, if you do, you take it in the main base where it's safe. You don't take it, like, right out in the open. But...
I'm quite interested to see what he does with this, and I really want to see if he goes for Widow Mines or not, because I feel like that's the big weakness of this style, the hardest thing to deal with. And if he doesn't go for it, suddenly we have an Oracle that, if left alive, can tag where the army is, and then Charge Lot Archon Storm, or Templar, or whatever, can chase that down very easily and either crush the army, or end up where the army is not and kill the third base.
What I like about this base for Innovation is really its proximity to the third base that Sora will likely take. So he can defend his base against Zealot run-bys, for example, and also attack very easily. If Sora identifies that this third base is here, which I don't think he has any idea, but if he does find it, he might just decide to take the third base that's further away, you know, near the 4 o'clock, I guess you could say, on this map. I don't think Sora knows about this base at all.
Yeah, I don't think he has any idea about it quite yet.
Because he could have tried to, like, micro around the turret and kill the SV while it was building, so I just don't think he knows.
One thing to mention also is we have no Phoenixes made. A lot of times you see 2 or 3 Phoenixes made with this build so that you can actually kill these types of drops instead of just force them away. Because when you're just forcing them away, you're not really gaining any ground.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have that. That actually didn't really do that much damage, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he almost killed a cannon and I guess got a pylon. If he even got that.
Maybe you got a pylon. I didn't notice. But we do have spider mines. Yeah, right. We have widow mines being made. Imagine spider mines. Okay, charge. Let's try to catch my vultures. Yeah, okay. But no, it's. I mean, this is a good counter to what Sora has done as far as strategy goes.
Yeah. I want to say that because his base has gone completely uncontested and Sora is playing so heavy on 2 base and his upgrades aren't even really in that great of a spot for it, I really, really like Innovation's spot. His economy is insane. He's powered up his barracks. Like, he's already building a much larger army, and yeah, he doesn't have any ghosts yet. He doesn't have any answer for the High Templar, but his army may just be so big that it won't matter when the 3rd base goes up. He's just going to overwhelm it.
I have to agree with you here, Wolf, because if you think the Terran is sitting on 2 base and just kind of massing because you're doing this, which wouldn't even be a terrible idea because, you know, you're kind of massing up on 2 base, so for Terran to not expand makes sense in a way. But if you think that's what he's doing and you don't expand because of it, then suddenly you're going to be in a situation like this where Innovation has 30 more army supply.
Yeah, and floating almost 1,000 minerals at times here. Sora, you know, it's like he's ready to take a 30, he's just not sure about it yet. And that's exactly the position that Innovation would like him to feel like he's in right now. So, I mean, as it is, the worker count is even better for Innovation right now because if he's been making 3 SVs at a time for so long. This Oracle has really been worth its weight in gas, though. I mean, he's killed so much with it.
He's got 14 kills on that thing now.
Yeah, a lot of those Marines, a lot of those are SCVs. Delayed some barracks that we're building. Unfortunately for him, just not able to see that base. I mean, there's even an empty bunker here. He's like, eventually you're going to find us and harass me, right?
That's kind of weird that Sora has not figured that out at all.
He has, like, Blink coming up, range. He's got all the upgrades he would ever want.
On 2 base.
He's ready to crush any 2 base attack. Now he finds it for the first time, and he's probably panicking at this point, going, oh my god. And clicks on the minerals, and he's like, it's been here for how long?
And look at his cannon ring. Playing some BGH here, sitting on 2 base, making a cannon ring, getting all the units and all the upgrades.
Where are the carriers?
Yeah. Soon enough, Wolf. Soon enough. You know, that's kind of rough, because if you do think he's on 2 base, the play is amazing so far. Like, this would be perfect against 2 base play.
Oh, that Storm doesn't even hit that much, to be honest. The second one is a little bit better.
Definitely damages a Widow Mine quite a bit. Or 2 of them quite a bit. Doesn't quite kill him, though.
I don't think he can even necessarily hold his 3rd base with this small of an army or against Innovation's army. Innovation, I think, is just going to stop it from happening every time.
You think? I think he'll be fine when range finishes and all. Yeah. I think he's going to be all right. Like, I think he'll hold on. The thing is, Innovation can continually attack him like this and whittle him down over time.
Yeah, I mean, well, that split is really good. The hallucination's helping out quite a bit, but he's no Maru with this control, but it's still certainly pretty good, and those Widow Mines are encroaching pretty close.
They certainly are getting up there. Some good storms are going down, though. He's getting them all very, very low at this point, spreading up his Zealots quite a bit as if they were Zerglings, and losing quite a few to these Widow Mines.
The Medevac's starting to get pretty low on energy and low on health, a lot of them, but he will save this base, but at what cost? He's lost so many Zealots. He's still 30 army supply down, 20 workers down. In fact, Innovation probably wants to consider throwing some of those away pretty soon as he maxes out because he doesn't need that many SCVs. Doesn't even really need a 4th base right now. Ghost Academy is going up. He's keeping his upgrades pretty close. You know, I mean, he's in a great spot in this game. I think it's going to take some really good engagements with Size Storms to bring Sora back into this.
Sora's going to have perfectly defensive play here. It's really going to be the only way to hold on because Innovation's macro is completely out of control at this point. He's mining significantly more. He has a really much bigger economy and bigger army. So, I mean, this has to be great. Size Storms, amazing blinks, good Guardian Shields, any force fields that he throws down have to be perfect. And he has to keep those Colossus alive. That's really important.
Well, the Zealots here are going to get picked off for free, not able to do anything. I mean, it's not a bad idea here, but when he's had his 3rd base up so late, you know, perhaps 300 more minerals could have been used to drop down a Nexus over there with, you know, with those Zealots that just died.
Yeah, and this seems like an ill-fated pressure. Like, unless this is literally all he wants to do. If all he wanted to do is walk up, like, kill a depot and hope that his opponent did something dumb, like run into a choke so he could Size Storm him to death, if that's the idea, fantastic and brilliant. And it looks like that might actually be the idea because he's walked all the way back home.
Yeah, I think he was just saying, come up this ramp, I dare you, I have Storm.
Yeah.
This Oracle has done so much for him, by the way. It finally did die, it looks like.
Had 16 kills, I believe, at the end.
And reveals this entire army so he can set up for some really nice storms here. Without that reveal, splitting against these little groups of units would be so much harder.
Oh, nice EMP. The snipe's not quite getting a high temperature, so good pullback there by Sora. And you know what? Sora's doing a really decent job here.
He's stabilizing.
Staying alive, yeah. And as he hits a max as well, this becomes anyone's game.
It certainly does. Late game Protoss versus Terran is, oftentimes such a challenge for the Terran. He has to build the right composition. Does not want too many Vikings. Doesn't want too many Ghosts, and has to make sure that his control is on point. These storms could be deadly. First one goes down.
Oh, that's a really nice couple of storms. Oh my God, just full damage out of those.
Yeah, Innovation.
Couldn't hope for better.
Innovation presses on. He has a huge lead in army supply, and I guess he was confident to walk through that. But now he's going to have to take some time and sit back. And now we're going to see those carriers, Artosis. There's Fleet Beacon going down.
All right, it's about time. I hope he doesn't just make Tempest like a normal Protoss would do.
Well, I mean, I guess he could potentially get Phoenix range here.
Yeah. All right, so Sora has his 4th base up, and it's mining before the 4th base of Innovation.
Oh, we forced a cancel there.
This is starting to look really, really nice for Sora. Like, you know what? Sora is like my special Protoss guy.
Yeah, not Younghwa anymore?
I still have a nice place in my heart for Younghwa, but for a long time, since Sora started coming up months and months ago, many of my builds have been taken from Sora, and so far tonight, like, he's basically just updated his older builds, which I already fell in love with, so I'm so very happy. I needed some new builds.
Well, this isn't even really a build, right? This is just like great reactionary play, considering like how behind he was that he didn't know.
Build style, everything about his play. Notice how he's never completely engaging. He walks up, he pokes, he dares his opponent to screw up, and then he runs home. It's awesome. It's just beautiful play here, but that is a lot of Vikings going after this huge number of Colossus. And in fact, that's some great micro-buy innovation. Notice how he keeps the majority of his army out of Colossus range while these Vikings clean up everything.
Yep, Vikings doing so much for him here, but he does end up losing a lot of those. The Colossi staying alive here. He lost that 4th base, so Innovation finally gets the trade he wanted.
Yeah.
And
that worked out so well for Innovation, because now he killed like 3 or 4 Colossus there. He killed that 4th base as well. And that means it's like really 2 mining base against 1, or for just a little bit longer, 3 mining base against 1.
Yeah.
About. I guess there's still some minerals at natural, but really, basically, Innovation has gotten his economy way ahead once again, even though it was ahead for Sora just momentarily.
Oh, no, attacking into this is not a good idea. Sora, not without storms. That storm is a bit late.
Yeah, he's got to be careful as well. We do have some ghosts in here with enough energy for EMP.
He just has so many Templar that he's confident enough to continue pushing forward, but look at the splits here for Innovation. Ooh. Great feedback there.
Really fantastic feedback going off before that Ghost can cast any spells. And now with this many storms, he is pushing back this Terran army once again.
Yeah, the medevac's eating a lot of damage. They're starting to get pretty low here, and now he gets a good high ground position here, making it very difficult for those Marauders on the low ground to actually fight. That Colossus needs to start doing damage, but this flank.
Yeah, a very nice flank indeed, and GG. Well-timed GG there from Sora. You know what? He fought back like really, really, really well. That one attack by Innovation when he got all the Colossus, or almost all the Colossus, he handled that so well while killing the 4th. If he hadn't done both those things, killed off the Colossus while running his actual army back, and killed the 4th base, this game could have gone either way. So really fantastically done by Innovation on top of his game here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. That was a really cool game by both players. I feel like Innovation got, in some ways, a bit lucky that his base was not scouted. I think we would see a completely different game if his base was not scouted.
Certainly.
And he took a risk even taking that base, and it paid off in full. And no matter how well Sora engaged and how well he tried to transition, Innovation just had that lead. And part of his bank that he built, part of those extra minerals allowed him to transition so comfortably into making both Vikings and Ghosts, because as a Terran player, making both of those units very expensive. They take a lot of time.